I'm here with Lamonte Faison with Get Your Mind Right Productions,
That's right.
CEO. Wow, we've heard so much about your new movie, From the Inside Looking Out. Tell us about it a little bit.
Well, this movie is about choices, and every day every last one of us have to make choices in life. And so I figured I'll make a film with two individuals who had the same opportunity growing up. And in this film, we're going to see what kind of choices they made. You know, they made good choices or did they make bad choices? So that movie is about this, but they're friends. And so the consequences behind a bad choice in this movie could be fatal. And so we'll see as From the Inside Looking come out. July 27th.
That's right. That was my next question.
July
When can
27th.
we see it?
That's
It's
a
exciting.
shameless plug.
Yeah.
It comes out July 27th at AMC Theaters, Las Vegas Boulevard, Town Square.
And you
in
are
Las Vegas.
and you are a self-made filmmaker, and
Yes.
I think that's a story all alone within itself.
Yes.
But tell us what inspired you to say, okay, I want to do a film.
You know what's interesting? I've always been a storyteller because, you know, back in the day I used to rap, and I did a song with Ray Parker Jr. And for all you young people, that's Ghostbusters. For all you older people, that's A Woman Needs Love Just Like You Do. Remember that song? So I've always been a writer, and I've always told stories. I've written 3 books as well. So I had this movie on my heart, I'm gonna tell you, for probably about 10 years. And I had wrote a poem when I used to work for the Department of Corrections called On the Inside Looking Out. And I said, I wanna make this a movie, I wanna make this a movie. And so one day I got the courage to say, hey, I'm gonna write a movie. So, you know, I went to San Diego to try to clear my mind, had a meeting with Gail Ferguson, who was actually the casting director. I said, listen, I'm gonna write a movie. And, you know, unbeknownst to me, Gail said, okay, let's do it, you know? So I had a partner immediately. So I just wrote it. I just did it. I didn't have all the skills in the sense of knowing what software, and I just wrote it, and then come to find out it was a software called Final Draft that you needed to place your script in. And so Gail took care of that part, and I just wrote.
Wow.
So yeah, and I just did it.
Yeah, and it's all about choices. I think that is
Yes.
really the premise of the whole film.
Yes.
And why do you think that message is going to resonate so strongly within any community?
Yeah, I think people have to first believe in themselves and have some hope, right? Because many of the times the decisions that we make, they're based off of emotion. And we're not taking the time to think through what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And so when you don't do that, you make rash decisions. And then sometimes the consequence could be fatal or even have yourself locked up somewhere based on some type of decision you made emotionally. And it doesn't matter what color you are, what background, we all have to make choices every day. And you have to have some type of stability mentally in order to be successful when you're making these decisions.
Now the team, Get Your Mind Right Productions, you had to get a production team together,
Yes.
as well as the whole casting crew.
Yes.
Now what was your formula of galvanizing all the right people to do the film?
Okay, well, first of all, don't have me lie. I knew what I wanted, but that was more the expertise of Gail Ferguson. She's done some casting before, and I just kind of told her what I was looking for, and we understood the kind of characters that we were looking for. And so I think she suggested a table read initially. And once we did the table read, we actually found some actors who was interested in some of the parts that were being read, and that set it off. And to our amaze, we was amazed by it because we had people fitting these parts that identify with the character, which was awesome, you know. And as far as putting a crew together, I didn't really put a crew together till after this film, right? I got a DP, he came aboard named Kelly Swartz, he assisted us, and then I did some of the DP work as well. But after that, I learned so much. So the next project and the next film that we're working on currently now, I have my own crew. So I want to be a little bit more professional, and I want my work to be sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about all the logistics? When you talk about putting a film together, I think the first thing we heard, even with Spike Lee and other filmmakers when they were first doing their projects, is how they finance the film.
Right.
So what do you say to that? How did you get that portion of the filmmaking process together?
Well, I go to work every day 9 to 5. And so what I did, I worked a lot of overtime. I mean, I would stay at work, I'll go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, I won't get off till the next morning because I was so passionate and so motivated to do my work and to make no excuses to fail that I continued to work till I made enough money to say, hey, let's do it. Because when we started, we didn't have any equipment. We had no film equipment at all. And so I paid for my film equipment. I didn't go rent it. I paid for it. So, and some of this stuff could be expensive. Lens is $2,000 by itself. So I worked my butt off, and that's why I tell people, if you want something bad enough and you're passionate about it, you'll make it happen. You'll make it happen.